Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to another live, all right? And for this one, we want to talk about the men's 100 meters, all right? Who will go to the final? So we saw the heats, all right, earlier today. Of course, if you're in Jamaica or the Caribbean, and then we're expecting to see the semifinals tomorrow, all right? We'll be here for that. Welcome, welcome. If this is your first time here, if you're a returning viewer, listener, or subscriber, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Voices in Education is a safe space where we share and learn from each other. We do not bash anyone, we do not belittle anyone, all right? We ensure that we maintain our safe space where you feel a sense of belonging, where you feel valued, all right? So with that said, guys, come on in, hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and let us get our conversation on the way. All right, again, welcome, welcome. If you're just tuning in or if it's your first time here, welcome, welcome. We're just about to get things started. All right, but I mean, we're talking about the men, but again, I just want to say a big congratulations going out to Julian, Alfred of St. Lucia for winning the women's 100 meters gold medal there in Paris. All right, so congratulations to Julian, Alfred, and I think, you know, the persons there, citizens there in St. Lucia, they're still celebrating, I believe, their first ever gold medal. And that is definitely fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. All right. Welcome, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscription button. Leon, welcome. And right off the bat, Leon is saying Seville and Kishane are good for the final, but I doubt Blake, I guess it's Akeem Blake, will make it in. All right. So with that said, I am just going to show you the lineup for the semis. And, you know, depending on the lineup, that will give us a sense of, you know, who is likely to make it in given, you know, the semifinals that they're in. All right, so let me just go to the screen here and we're going to just look at each, you know, heat and we'll just try to make a determination here. So I want to hear from you, all right? And definitely, you know, I'm going to share my predictions. All right. So again, welcome, welcome, guys. We're getting ready for this. And I don't want you to miss this. And hit the like button as you come in, guys, so that, you know, YouTube can recommend the live here. And especially for persons who do not have their post notification turned on. All right. So let's do that, and you know, let's just continue to support this channel as we continue to grow stronger together. All right, so again, welcome, welcome. If you're just tuning in, welcome, welcome. So as you can see on screen, and you're able to maximize this on your screen, all right, we're seeing here, this looks like Tijiri, all right, of Nigeria here, Recoy. Then we have Benjamin, Noah Lyles, Louis, Oblique, Emmanuel, Chituru, and Sean there of South Africa. All right. So again, welcome, welcome. If you're just tuning in, welcome to our coverage here. So in this heat, all right, it's going to be a very big one. So I am just going to say, let me just get my annotation ready here so that you can see what I am thinking. We're going to put it out here on the screen. All right, so given what I am seeing here, I'm going to go with Oblique, all right? Oblique, and again, it's the top two, all right? So let me, Oblique and Noah Lyles. All right, so for this one, I am going to go with Oblique and Noah Lyles. And let me just show you here at the top. It's the first two in each heat, all right? That will get the big Q. And then the next two fastest qualifying times, all right? So the small Qs will also advance. And we have 3 semifinals. And so for semifinal 1, I am going to go with the top 2 being Oblique and Noah Lyles. All right, so we're going to go with these two, and these two are meeting again. They have business to settle, and we'll see what happens. They have some unfinished business to take care of. All right, let's go to semifinal number 2. So in this one, we have Ronaldo, all right, of Cuba, Hola todos, bienvenidos, all right, Emmanuel, Akeem Blake, Letsile Tebogo, Akani Simbini, Kenisola, Kenneth Bednarek, all right, Marcel, so the reigning Olympic champion, and Joshua. And again, heat number 2, semifinal 2, is a big one. All right, it's a big one, and I suspect that this one is going to be quick. All right, I suspect that this one is going to be quick. And so, but this one, it's very tough, guys, and I am going to go, all right, I am going to go with these two from semifinal. All right, number 2. I am definitely going to go with Tebogo. All right, to get in, and then I'm going to go with Kenny. All right, I'm going to go with Kenny in this one. So these two here, I'll say, will come up, but for sure, I suspect one of the cues, if not the 2 small cues, may come from heat number 2. It's going to be quick, all right? When you think about Simbini still being in this one, and I'll say Akeem Blake of Jamaica, he's going to run very hard. And so again, this heat number 2 is really, really a big one, all right? So I guess Lyles didn't want to be in this one. I don't know, but he's not in this one. So let's keep going here to the final heat. All right, and then we'll just add the name. So in this one, we have Puripal, all right, Andre DeGrasse, Zarnel Hughes, Kishane Thompson, Akeem Sani Brown, Ferdinand Omanyala, Fred Curley, Rashid, and Benjamin. Now, guys, you tell me if this isn't also a very tough heat. All right, so it is what it is when it comes on to this one. So I am going to go with here. All right, I am going to go with here, Kishane. All right, we're going to go with Kishane, and I'm going to go with Ferdinand. All right, Omanyala from this one. All right, so with that said, we now have 6, all right, athletes here in the final. So we have 2 small cues. Who will get those 2 small cues? All right, so we have the likes here in this one of Andre DeGrasse, and not really where we want to see DeGrasse at this point. And perhaps he will miss out on the final. All right, so we'll definitely see. But in this one, I could perhaps squeeze in Akani Simbini if he's going to run. And I don't know if Louis is going to make it. So I am going to say perhaps here, we might have the 2 coming from this one. All right, we might see Akeem Blake, and I just need to go back and see how Akeem ran in the heats, but we should perhaps just might see Akeem Blake, and I am thinking Simbini, all right, is going to come in. So let me just go with, I'm just going to go here with Akani. All right, so I'm going to take one from here because this one is going to be quick. All right, and perhaps let's go here and let me see who I'm missing in this one. I don't know, but it's a possibility that we might see a Fred Curly. But you know what? All right, let me just go. Perhaps should we go with Fred? All right, guys, I am just trying to do some calculations right now in my head. And guys, I want to hear from you in the chat. And, you know, we'll definitely see, you know, what is going to happen. So in a little bit, I am going to come in. So perhaps I'm going to add here. I'm going to just go with, I'm going to go with Fred Curly. Let me just clear this a little bit. I'm going to go with Fred Curly and let's see how this looks. So in heat number 1 or semifinal 1, Louis, I'm not sure if he's going to come out, all right, from that one. So I'm not too perturbed about semifinal 1. So in semifinal 2, I went with Simbini, but it could be that Marcel, so Jacobs, could come back, all right? So I am kind of there between, you know, but let's go with Fred Curly, all right? Fred Curly, I'm just going to add Fred Curly here and just see how this looks. So then that means we will see based on my thing here, all 3 Americans. So Noah, Kenny, and Fred, all right, the Americans. And we will see Oblique and Kishane, but I am going to do this for, I won't be surprised if I see Akeem, and I won't be surprised if I see Marcel. All right. Let me see if that is, let me just put Jacobs, but it's Marcel. All right, I won't be surprised there if I see either two somewhere in there. All right, so this is perhaps what I'm seeing here. Oblique Noah, all right, Tebogo, Kenny, Kishane, Ferdinand, Akani, and Fred Curly moving forward to the final. And let me just check here in the chat. Welcome, Janet, welcome. And Janet is saying Curly, not Omanyala. Screen will qualify on time. And, oh, Akeem, okay, will qualify on time. Louis will be a time qualifier. Jacobs is not making it. All right, wonderful. Thank you for sharing that, Janet. So what Janet is saying is that Jacobs will not make it. I really don't have him in there in the top 8, but I wouldn't be surprised because it's perhaps going to run very hard, just knowing what is at stake here. But, you know, it is what it is there. All right. So you have Louis in there. All right. Wonderful. So the athlete there from Great Britain. Samsung Kiwi, welcome, welcome. And today is not a good day. Oh, tomorrow will be better. And we will see what happens here for the Jamaicans. Guys, you're here and the likes. What's going on with the likes? I'm not seeing any likes really here. So could you just close the chat and hit the like button? If you're new to this space, hit the subscription button. Can we start out with 5 subscribers? And can we get the likes up to 30 likes? All right. So let's get the likes going. And we saying big up Julian Alfred. Jamaica played a part in her development. And I would say that she has been in Jamaica since perhaps like 13, went to St. Catherine High School. But I believe you are the one, Kiwi, you said that, she didn't share much about, that side in terms of Jamaica. And I haven't heard much apart from, what we know. All right, so it was a fantastic run. And if you guys were here earlier, when I saw, the moment I saw Shakari stepping out of the call room, I was like, oh, she's nervous. She's not looking good. And then she started to, just wrap up her ponytail. And I'm like, okay, this is it for her. She's not going to win this. And so said, so done. And so it's all about, the St. Lucian, Julian Alfred, and congratulations to her. Justin, I'm calling you out. Justin, I'm calling you out. Are you here? Let me know, man. Let me know, Justin. All right. And Janet is saying, Omanyala, no. All right. And she went to my alma mater in Jamaica. Awesome. I guess you're referring to Julian. All right. And you're saying Omanyala. So Ferdinand is not going to make it into the final. I'm going to open the phone line. So if you'd like to call us, Janet, that would be fantastic. And yes, for sure, that was the situation there, I believe, with Shakari. All right. And so the WhatsApp number is in the chat here. All right. You can give us a WhatsApp call. We would love to hear from you. All right. It's Voices in Education, not just my voice. And I do agree with you that, Tia was fantastic. When I saw her going out into her semis and just giving it her all, I was like, she's going to run hard. She understands that she's carrying the country at this point. And so, I guess she's just thinking of moving to the final, not thinking about managing any rounds. And so as the youngest one out there, definitely well done to Tia Clayton for sure. And, the track was wet. And, some persons were expecting a faster time. And I'm like, it's wet. I don't know how faster, they're going to go. But, we want to talk about the men. I'm definitely going to, it's just that it's so hard to kind of schedule plus, under my schedule, because for sure we have to do a live about Julian Alfred. And again, talking about the J3s, they just need to go. Everybody just needs to pack up at the J3s and just leave. And perhaps at the JOA, the Jamaica Olympic Association, whatever role each body has to play into what is happening with Team Jamaica, then, some people just need to go. You understand? Some people just need to go. And it's not a good look. And so, as perhaps you might know, unfortunately, Shelly and Fraser Price, pulled out of the semis. And, we don't know if Jamaica has a relay team or what the situation is going to be in that context. All right. And you're saying that Octo's mom is from Trelawney. All right, same parish as Usain Bolt and Ben Johnson. All right, need new management. And for sure. Guys, give us a call. Would love to hear from you. This is, as you can see on screen here, I should have numbered them. I have Oblique, Noah, Tebogo, Kenny, and Kishane, Ferdinand, Akani, and Fred Curley moving on to the final based on the semis. And, so far Janet shared in the chat that she's not expecting to see Ferdinand Omanyala in the final. More, did you say Louis? Perhaps Louis of Great Britain. or perhaps Louis would come in based on time, I guess, but still there. And so would love to hear your views. You know, who are you expecting to see, all right, in the final based on the lineup? And so if you want to call in, I can definitely show you the lineup on screen here because we have the semifinals. So there are 3 semifinals, and in semifinal 1, we have Tajiri, Rikoy, Benjamin, Noah, Louis, Oblique, Emmanuel, Chituru, and Sean. All right, and so from this one, I am saying that Noah and Oblique, they're going to be the top 2 because the top 2 automatically gets the big Q. All right, and then in semifinal 2, look at how tough it is. We have Ronaldo, Emmanuel, Akeem Blake, Letsile Tebogo, Akani Simbini, Kenneth Bednarek, Marcel Jacobs, and Joshua. So from this one, I went with Letsile, so Tebogo, and Akani Simbini. All right, so I went with those 2. All right. No, sorry, I went with, let me see, Tebogo and Kenny. All right, Benarek. So Simbini will come in for me on, one of those cues. And then in semifinal, the final one, we have Pure Paul, Andre DeGrasse, Zarnel Hughes, Kishane Thompson, Akeem, Ferdinand Omanyala, Fred Curley, Rashid, and Benjamin. And so I went ahead with Kishane and Ferdinand. All right, I went with those 2. And I have Akani from semifinal 2 coming in with one of the cues, and Fred Curley from semifinal 3 coming in with one of the small cues here as well. So I dropped the WhatsApp number in the chat, and I would love to hear from you. Max Morgan, welcome, welcome, welcome. And Janet is saying you're correct from semifinal 1. Heat 2, you're also correct. And Janet, you're going to tell me about heat number 3. And yes, Janet is saying, I think, and this will be the top 2, Kishane and Fred Curley. But Janet, I would love for you to tell me why Omanyala is not going to make it in. All right. Yes, I know it's a semifinal. Why Omanyala is not going to make it out in one of those top 2 spots. The men, they were very conservative in terms of their running. So a lot of energy, they did not expend a lot. And so that is good. So we should see the pace picking up. And, guys, I want to talk about Noah because to me, I saw Noah Lyles just kind of pushing, but he was not able to accelerate. And so, he ended up in that number 2 spot. And I don't know if it was a strategy, right, for Lyles. And I'm going to try and see if I can get back to that lineup to see, who came out and, where they went. Because it could be a possibility where it's a strategy not to get into one of these tough, semis. And so he understands Oblique and he's back with Oblique. They have unfinished business to sort out. So, would love to see, what will happen in that context for sure. All right, guys, come on, man. We can do better with the likes. I'm seeing 9 likes. Can we get the likes up to 30? All right, 30 likes. That would be fantastic. If you're new to this space, hit the subscription button and just support us so that we can continue to grow stronger together. All right, so again, we're here just quickly talking and sharing in the context of what we're expecting to see tomorrow, and we'll be here tomorrow morning. So as soon as I am done here, I am going to set up the live the link for tomorrow, so ensure that you turn on your post notification. We'll be here as we have been since the start of the track and field, all right, section. And so we are here and we want to provide you with all the updates as best as we can. So you know at this point, the live is not going to be too long because your girl has to go and get some sleep so I can wake up, you know, at that time. And, you know, we are going to see, you know, some exciting events coming up in a few hours. All right. Thank you, Matt Morgan, for liking. All right. So we're up to 10 likes. Can I get 20 more persons to just hit the like button and 5 persons to just hit that subscription button? All right. Let us just continue to grow stronger together. All right, welcome one and welcome all. Who is going to give me a call? I would love if someone could just call in and share, you know, let me know your views in the context of, you know, your top 8 moving into the final, or even, you know, a few who you believe, you know, you want to see in the final, or, you know, who you believe will definitely make it into the final. All right, so again, you know, welcome, welcome. And I'm asking you kindly for 5 subscription and let's get the likes going. So we need about, what, 18 likes? Let's go, guys. Hit the like button. And Janet is saying he doesn't do that well in the big, I guess on the big stage. African Championships, yes. Also Curly and Kishane, very tall. Omanyala, no. And I get what you're saying. Like, I am not predicting that Omanyala is going to win, but what I am saying is that he's going to be in the final, right? And so even if Omanyala does not make it in the top 2, we will see him. I am suspecting, and let me just say that's my view, because I don't want it seems as if I don't respect your views. I am thinking that, you know, he's going to perhaps get in there on a small queue. I mean, he is the second fastest this year, and you know, sometimes that does not count for anything. Sometimes it's just execution, as you're sharing there, you know, Janet, and when the big stage. But if we're going to look at that, you know, Kishane Thompson, it is his first time on the big stage. And guys, I was so I guess annoyed earlier today, all right, when Jeremiah of Great Britain, in that very first heat with Kishane Thompson, he, you know, false started, right? And so the officials, they wanted him to, you know, get out. And he was there, and the athletes, they were held at the start for such a long time. You know, we saw them jogging and just trying to keep warm. And I am like, why are the officials going back and forth with the athlete? He can run under protest. Why not allow him to run under protest and then you guys deal with business after? So for me, I find that to be very, very disturbing. And given, you know, what can happen in that time, the athletes were just there for too long. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All right, Janet. Janet. All right. Be careful, Janet. All right. And so in that context, you know, I am wondering why, like, how come, like, Alice, you know, me just I wonder, like, why did the officials allow that to, you know, unplay in that way, you know, to play out in that way. All right. And so that is something that we should not see. Allow the athlete to run under protest and, you know, allow the other athletes just get on their way. All right. So again, welcome, Richie Links. Welcome, Richie Links. I hope you come with some links in terms of some subscriptions, Richie. So welcome. let me tell you, Richie, I'm going to tell you in a little bit which race you're referring to, as a matter of fact, the semifinals. So it's going to be tomorrow, as well as the men's final. It's going to be tomorrow, Jamaica time tomorrow, because it's already the other day in like France and those places. So it's going to be tomorrow, Jamaica time, and we'll have the semifinals, and the finals will happen perhaps about 1.5 hours after the semis. All right, and I'm going to let you know the specific time. Just give me a minute here while I get that information for you. All right, Richie Links. Richie, come with the links. All right, and let us just see what that's going to be like. All right, so the men's 100, all right, meter semifinals. We should see that at 1 p.m. Jamaica time. All right, so at about 1 p.m. Jamaica time. And then the men's final, we should see that at about 2:55 p.m. Jamaica time. All right, so just to let you know that information. All right, Richie Links, hope you're still here. Guys, can you hit the like button? So close the chat there, the X, and just tap the thumbs up button, and also hit that subscription button as well. All right, that would be fantastic as we continue to grow stronger together here. All right, so just to let you know that, and again, we are here. Welcome one, welcome all. And I am just checking here. All right. Just to share some updates with you. And again, you know, lots happening, and we want to see we definitely want to see what is going to happen tomorrow. All right, so we have 3 Jamaicans there in the semis. Likewise, we have the 3 Americans there. And I would love to hear from you, you know, what are your views, you know, in based on what happened there with Lyles earlier. So, you know, would love to hear from you in that context, all right? And again, welcome one, welcome all. All right, just checking out here for some updates, just to see if there's any here to share with you. All right, guys, so I'm seeing some persons are hitting the like button. Thank you so much for doing that. So let's keep going. Let's get the likes up to 40 likes, guys. We can definitely do that. And is there anyone who is going to call us? The WhatsApp number is pinned in the chat. Give us a call and, you know, let me hear from you. All right, would love to hear from you. So give us a call, guys. Jerome Stewart, welcome. And Jerome is saying 3 Jamaicans, 1, 2, 3 in that order. All right, Jerome, let me know who is going to be in the #1 spot, #2, and so on. All right, let me know, Jerome. All right, thanks for sharing there in the chat. All right, guys. So again, we see the semis, and it is definitely going to be, you know, a big one. #2 and 3, so semifinal 2 and 3. Those two, I believe, are, so this is semifinal 2, the toughest, all right? We have Ronaldo, Emmanuel Akim, Letsile Tebogo, Akani Simbini, Kayin Sola, all right, Kenneth Bednarek, Marcel Jacobs, and Joshua. So you know why I say that? This one is going to hit hard so for example, I don't really have Marcel to go out there to get to the final. That is going to hit hard, not making the final, the reigning Olympic champion. All right. And then you have Akeem Blake, who I do not have right here in my top 8 into the final. But I have that asterisk there for Blake and Jacobs because I believe this semifinal is perhaps going to be the fastest one. And with that said, there is a possibility that, it might pull, one of these athletes, all right, or two. All right, in terms of that as opposed to like Fred Curley. All right, so we'll see what happens there. All right, so this is semifinal number 2. The next tough one is semifinal number 3. All right, and in this one, we have Puripal, Andre DeGrasse, Zarnel Hughes, Kishane Thompson, Akeem, all right, Ferdinand, Fred Curley, and Rashid. I think I'm missing one here, and Benjamin. All right, so Andre DeGrasse not necessarily in the best shape. Likewise, Zarnel Hughes. So I am saying, it's perhaps not going to be their moment this time around. But the competition here, Kishane Thompson is going to run, and I'm expecting Ferdinand Omanyala to do the same. Likewise, Fred Curley. Look out for the Japanese as well. He's going to run hard. Will he make it in there? All right. I doubt it, but he's going to run very hard as well. And so here in this one, I went ahead with Kishane Thompson and Ferdinand Omanyala. All right, so perhaps what we can do is to just go back to the heat. So I am going to try and do that. Let me see if I can just remove here and just go back to the heat. So I'm just going to keep the list here, moving across, and I'm going to try and go back to the men's, all right, heat, and we'll get a sense of what is happening here. All right, guys? So just stay with me. Let me just go and get that information for you. And let us see if it's on this one. Is it over already? Let's just see here. All right, I need to go to August 3rd. All right, let us see here. Let us see here. That's the prelim round. And here we go, men's 100 meters. And hopefully we can see with all the writing here. And let's again, welcome, guys. If you're just tuning in, please remember to hit the like button, the share button, and the subscription button. All right, I see you there, Samsung. All right, you're on job. All right. And Janet is sharing in the finals if the Jamaicans are in the top spot. I don't care which order, as long as one team or no supposed be awesome. And we see prize up there. All right, so in heat number 1, all right, Kishane took that one. All right, so Kishane took that one here. And we also have Benjamin there in second and Ronaldo. All right, so that was the first heat there. The second heat, Ferdinand Omanyala, all right, got that one. Then we have Chituro in second and Joshua, all right? They're in the third spot. And then over here, the one that I believe Lyles was planning on bossing up, we have Louis and then Lyles and Sean. All right. And so the next heat, and this is why I was wondering if Lyles got a sense that, we were going to meet up with Seville if he got into that second spot. I'm going to look and see if Louis is also in the same semifinal, all right, as well as Sean. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to look at Seville. So Oblique Seville, and then Sunny Brown there and Pure Paul, all right, in that one. And then in Heat 5, we had Kayin Sola, Marcel, all right, and then Rashid. All right, and I'm agreeing with you right now, Janet. Marcel is, well, I don't have him in the top eight, but we'll see. Akane, Simbini, Akeem Blake, and then Recoy Brathwaite. Heat 7, Kenny, Emmanuel, Andre DeGrasse, and then Heat number 8, Fred Curley, Letsile Tebogo, Zarnel Hughes. All right, so that's it there. So let me just go back now and check to see, all right, if we have Louis and Oblique there, Noah in the same, all right, one semifinal. And I think Sean, let's see. Let's just see here. All right, guys, I'm getting closer and closer. All right, let's see what this is looking like to us. Come on, guys, keep hitting the like button. Let us continue to grow stronger together, and hit that subscription button as well. All right, so we are going to wrap up very soon here. So I'm just going to see if this situation is how it is looking here. So we have, so Sean is in this one. All right, so we have Oblique, Louis, right, Sean, and Noah. So I guess it didn't matter if Noah win, lose, or draw. You would perhaps be in this one with Oblique Seville. It's just the way it is, all right? So those two, they definitely have unfinished business on the track, and they'll start, sorting out their business tomorrow when they meet in the semifinal round. All right, so I'm just quickly checking in the chat here to see, if you have any final comments, anything that you'd like to share before we sign out for this one. And let me just clear the drawings there. Fantastic. So I'm just checking with you guys if you have anything else you'd like to share. As a matter of fact, I didn't do roll call, so before we sign out, roll call, who is here? Let me know, drop your flag and your country, and let me know in the chat. Roll call, roll call. All right, not seeing any new comments coming in. So guys, I am going to wrap this one up, but you can still drop your name, your flag, and the name of your country in the chat while we sign out here with some music. And I just want to thank you so much for coming over, for sharing in the chat, and for keeping our space a safe one, for maintaining our safe space. Really appreciate it. Ensure that you hit the like button, the subscription button, share, and turn on your post notification so that you do not miss any updates. We'll be back in a few hours, all right? So I am going to set that up and we'll be back in a few hours for the morning session in France. So stick and stay with us. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to exercise self-care, take care of you. All right, that is definitely important. And put God first in everything that you do. All right, put God in the midst of whatever it is that you're doing. All right, continued blessings, blessings and love. And I'll see you in a few hours, just a few hours. And I see Janet here with the Jamaican and American flag. Jamaican. All right. And Sam there. All right, guys. So I'm going to get a few hours to to get up in a few hours. So we'll see you in a few hours. All right. You're definitely welcome, Sam. And thank you so much for all your support there as usual, Kiwi. Really appreciate it. All right. So Kiwi, so we don't see Justin over here from there. You might hide, you know. You wait, you must come back over here. Justin don't want us to start talking, man, but we're gonna talk about it. We have to talk about it, but it's just that there is so much happening for sure. And you know, we need to talk about things, but we need to talk about this win, you know, with Julian Alfred, that 100 meters final. You know, we need to talk about it for sure. All right, guys. Thank you so much again for tuning in and see you in a few hours. All right. Blessings and love, everyone. I'll just go to some music right now and then sign out.